Back to pass again. Intercepted! Kobe Sconyers! Sconyers trying to make a play at the 30. 40-yard line. Sconyers knocked out of bounds inside the 50.
From Three Margaritas Family Mexican Restaurant in beautiful Southeast Aurora, in the King Soopers parking lot, right across the street from Legacy Stadium. This is CT Football Today with head coach Joe Johnson. Hello again, everyone. I'm Blake Olson, and Coach Johnson and I are here at Three Margaritas with one of our great Booster Club members. Mrs. Forbes is here. Thank you for coming. We're coming off a big victory over Hinckley last week and getting ready for Mountain Vista coming up with 2 games left in the regular season. And Coach, how you doing?
I'm fine.
You're refreshed, relaxed. You don't have school this week, right?
No, we don't have school this week. No.
So what does a head football coach do when you're not teaching physics on a week like this?
Do all the stuff around the house that I've been neglecting and catch up on some things that don't get done as fast as they should with my class, and do more football stuff.
Congratulations last week. After looking at the tape, obviously so many huge plays against Hinckley. What did you think when you looked at the video?
I was real pleased to see our offense have some big plays, sustain drives, and move the ball and have success, and that's what I expected them to do. I thought we could have been better against some of their trapping on defense, but we did get stopped in the end, and it's hard to simulate some of that. We get our scout teams, but they just don't do it quite as fast. And it's not something we do with our offense a lot. So, I should have done a better job getting some guys ready to go for that. They hurt us with their fullback trap a little bit more than I would have liked. I would like to think that's something I know about, but we didn't do a great job against it.
Coach, when you look at running backs, Tory Sanders, that was a great game for him to kind of get his legs going, right?
Yeah. Again, he is. You can see the quickness and speed, but he's surprisingly physical and surprisingly effective as an inside runner. I thought our line had a good game, opening some holes for him inside, and hopefully we can build on that this week.
You mentioned it last week, but the pass blocking, once again, that is not easy when you are his size and you have someone coming down on you that hard. How do you coach him up on that?
I don't coach him, but Coach Hall and Coach Looney and those guys get him in the right place. He knows where to go, and he's learned that, and he's a tough enough guy. And I think sometimes he's so doggone low, he hits those guys a little lower than they expect or like, I think, sometimes. But, he makes the most of what he's got, for sure.
Mountain Vista this week. You know a lot about Coach Cash and his program in Mountain Vista.
Yeah.
What do you expect to see coming up this week at 4 o'clock at Legacy Stadium on Friday in the first of a doubleheader?
They're going to throw the ball a lot. They're going to be in a spread offense. They like to run some option out of there. They're running a little more of that than I've seen in the past. Defensively, they're running some little bit different variations of kind of a 3-3 stack or a 3-5 look. Sometimes they're in a 3-4, and they like to move guys around. They really have people running the ball hard, and that's always been sort of a trademark of his defense, is that they really hustle like crazy.
How does a break help a student athlete on a fall break like this during football season? Will it help some of your players?
I think maybe it allows them to relax a little bit from their school situation. In some cases, I think they can get more treatment, kinds of things, if they're having some stuff with that going on. But I'll be honest, fall break is not something that is generally helpful to high school football teams at all.
So are you kind of tempted to continue to practice at 3:45, or is it difficult, or is it just refreshing to be able to practice in the morning?
Well, I've done it a lot of different ways, and we get best results when we go in the morning. And I know sometimes that's inconvenient, but yeah, we've done best when we've got that going in the morning. And our biggest issue is just getting kids to practice. And we have to really continue to educate our parents that it's not okay to take a week off in the middle of our league schedule and have kids miss practices for what are inconveniences primarily, and that doesn't work, and it really affects the result Friday night, and it's a constant struggle.
Sure. After 2 victories, I would imagine that the team is pretty energized right now, though, aren't they?
No, we are. I mean, we have good spirit out there, and we're hustling around. Yesterday, we kind of had the Monday morning blahs a little bit, but you see that on a lot of Mondays where kids are just kind of tired and maybe a little beat up and stuff like that. But we were better this morning, and hopefully build on that again tomorrow morning.
What do you think about 4 o'clock games? Do you like 4 o'clock starts, or are you kind of prefer the night games?
I would prefer the night games. Haven't coached a lot of 4 o'clock start games, to be honest. I think probably we'll get a better result than when we go early Saturday afternoon. That is generally a time where we don't get good performance in the past.
Yeah, that's interesting with high school players. Why is that? I see that a lot with the 1 o'clock games, and sometimes it hurts teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think there's a couple factors there. I think one, guys get out of their routine. They don't, and we've tried all kind of things, but I don't think they get up at the same time they normally would. I don't think they're moving around. I think they're kind of lethargic sometimes. Sometimes it's a lot warmer in the heat of the day right there, and so I think. Early in the season, guys are sort of acclimated for the heat, and then we kind of, as we move into the season, you kind of get away from that, and then suddenly you get one of these nice warm, afternoons in October like we tend to have sometimes, and you get down on that turf, and I mean it can be quite hot, and so I think you see an effect of that. I also, think activities Friday night affect play Saturday, and you try hard to avoid those kind of things, but I think that's the truth.
Well, this is exciting also because the situation that you're in, once again, you're trying to earn a spot in the playoffs, and if you play well and you do what you're supposed to do, there's a good chance that can happen.
No, I agree. We have a decent chance to be in. We got to win this week, no doubt about it, and that's got to happen. That's what we got to focus on.
With all the adversity this year, what area, if you could look at one position or one area, and you don't even have to name names, but what area would you say there was the most improvement on your team? And it doesn't even have to be positions.
The most improvement,
yes.
Huh?
Maybe a facet, or who knows?
I would say for the most part, it's probably got to be our own line. I think we've had to move a lot of people around. We've had kind of a revolving door of guys in there. We've had a lot of younger guys in there playing, and so I would say that it's that group primarily, and it's I don't think people understand how difficult it is to play there, and how difficult it is to learn those assignments, and how to block this play against this front and this blitz and this front, and these kind of things that happen very, very quickly. And so you really got to know what to do automatically. You can't be thinking about it, or somebody's going to run by you and you get somebody sacked, or you get a tackle for loss or something. And so those guys, other than the quarterbacks, have the most to learn clearly. And you can't be a dumb player, and you got to really know what to do. And so the whole line, they've come a long way, and they're doing some good things. And like I said, we've had a lot of guys playing in there.
Well, nice to have the seasoned veteran Coach Rudd in there.
Yes,
to help you out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And go through all these challenges.
Yes.
He knows how to handle
them. He does know how to handle challenges, and it seems like he has a lot of challenges, and maybe as many as he's had this year, I don't know, but he gets them ready, and and we are getting better there.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thank you.
This Friday, 4 o'clock, Legacy Stadium, Three Margaritas Family Mexican Restaurant. Celebrate before the game, maybe, and then go over to the stadium or after the game. They will be here. And thank you for Ivory and Jorge for doing a great job here at Three Margaritas Family Mexican Restaurant.
Good enchiladas today.
Hell yeah, you had the
Very good.
enchiladas, huh?
Yeah, very good.
I don't know how to pronounce the second part of that, but we won't get into that.
Oh.
All right. Go Cougars, CT football. Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Mrs. Forbes. And we will talk to you next week. CT football today. And go Cougars.